About 25,000 crore rupees will be in AI data center infrastructure only.
Yeah,
They are saying about 5 lakhs job openings
Is
I
it?
heard
in
about
near future. Yeah,
We can have Mumbai Nagpur Hyperloop right beside Samruddhi Mahamarg.
Wow, IKEA is losing business over this.
They are planning to invest $3 billion over the next 2 years. 2026, don't you think it's too early?
Easy.
Unpromisable timeline, that is what I feel.
It's going to be AI, AI driven thing anyways.
Hey guys, welcome to Tech Gappa, which is the first ever tech podcast show in India wherein we discuss all things tech. And you ask why we do it? It's simple. We are technically nerds. We'll just probably discuss today a few things about what are happening around the world and related to India. And this week is very much important from tech perspective because in Las Vegas there is a convention show called as CES, which is Consumer Electronics Show, where all the companies or all the manufacturers or OEMs come together in that exhibition where they showcase a lot of their tech path, which will be followed and incorporated in their future products. So you can say that it's like a showcasing exhibition for tech nerds, wherein all big OEMs like Nvidia, Intel, Samsung, Toyota, what else? What else? So a lot of companies they come there and
multiple.
show,
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
multiple companies.
multiple.
So normally the focus of this CES is mainly new innovations, and it's sort of a company's platform to showcase what kind of tech innovations they are working on,
Correct. The
and they
roadmaps
want.
and all those.
Yeah, they have
Correct.
put it on preview.
Yeah. So a lot of CEOs and founders and a lot of CEOs, CTOs, they have their keynote speeches in this event, and this event goes on for 4 to 5 days in continuous. So this year in 2025, CES has started on 7th of January and it will last till 11th of January. Uh, the date at which on which we are recording this video is 10th. It's Friday. So we will be covering probably 1.5 day of CES. But uh, we won't be covering it in detail because there are a lot of key points and a lot of
Yeah,
milestones to be discussed when it comes to CES, right? So we will just take a brief look at what exactly has happened from tech innovation and remarkable developments in CES this year, in a day one and day two. But stay tuned for the next week's video wherein we will be discussing only all things purely about CES,
yes.
and we will
It
review
will be a
and
detailed video
Yeah,
with covering all the
exactly,
technologies that
yeah,
has something related to the India as well as the normal consumers.
sure. Yeah.
that's right,
I think
that's right.
most of the big news would be Nvidia, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So as so far, Nvidia has gotten the show, but we still have LG and other players. We should be watching that space as well for the remaining 1.5 day.
Yeah.
So nonetheless, like I said, we'll be discussing few things about good developments which should be looked upon from India's perspective, and the later half of the video should be all about CS. Okay, so let's begin. So recently, Jio has decided to invest about 75,000 crore rupees in AI specifically.
hmm,
And I think it's crazy. I mean, Mr. Ambani is not stopping at all. He is on investing spree, I would say. He plans to, he has already revealed uh, this particular data center in Jamnagar,
yeah.
which is gigawatt scale, as he is calling out. And about 25,000 crore rupees will be in AI data center infrastructure only.
Hmm.
So that is something crazy. And just like ChatGPT,
Definitely,
he
yeah.
plans to go for GeoBrain AI, Bharat GPT, and so on. And we have NVIDIA here, Ken.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, like we already know, Nvidia is a global manufacturer for GPUs.
Mhm.
Nvidia is leading the GPU segment, and mostly a lot of AI companies and gaming companies, they have these data centers. They
Mhm.
use Nvidia's GPU as their native GPUs. So again, Nvidia is partnering with Geo here for AI
Yeah.
computing.
Yeah.
And not only that, he is also planning, or rather, Geo is also planning to cater some languages as well.
Oh,
So speech processing will be a very great tool in that case. And also, I think 58 languages. So
yeah.
it will cover almost local languages as well, maybe
Quite a lot of.
because yeah. So maybe Hindi, English, Marathi, not English. I don't know about English, but Hindi, English, Tamil, Telugu,
Yeah.
Kannada, Marathi, Bengali, whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. I think pushing LLP via AI would be like the great deal, especially since considering that I think on a global scale, Google mostly only focuses on the primary languages that are seen worldwide rather than pushing things that are native to India. We do see Hindi being used there, but it's still not as predominant as, say, Mandarin or Cantonese, something like that, Chinese basically, or let's take Spanish for example. Spanish, the second most spoken language in the world, anyways,
Mm.
or Arabic, something like that. All of these primary languages in the world, most spoken languages, have always been, primary in focus,
Yeah.
and we usually see them being implemented as an option or for such NLP related things as well. So when you see like they have went quite quite far when you see for example, let's take navigation as an example. You always hear the Google lady speaking, um, giving you directions in very vague different, what you can say,
On the routes.
dialect. Yeah,
It's actually all about the algorithm, but yeah, yeah, I
exactly.
got
Yeah.
your point. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you push it via AI, the way they've been generating videos and stuff, and if they like apply this to the audio segment quite well for this specific reasons,
Yeah.
I think everyday person would be able to, use some kind of assistant very well and get the exact data they've been looking for. And not, they won't have to speak in some fancy accent to get the results they want, or type it out every time they want something, and it
Yeah.
doesn't get it
So
correctly. So,
basically, all that idea about the AI and all those things, like they will be make our life much easier as they are. So just think about, I've read the news about the smart glasses as well, wearables.
Hmm. Yes.
So they actually developing that particular thing for the travel enthusiast or something like that. So if he wearing something like that, and he travel across the city or across the country, so wherever he is landed or with those particular coordinates, the AI algorithm will actually apply to that glasses, and they can use as a translation tool.
Cool. Yeah.
So that particular thing also they can incorporate by engaging more and more languages into their
yeah,
build. So because all the future is that only. So making the human life smart and easy. So
yeah, most
in
definitely.
those ways, it is
Yeah.
it is much important that they will penetrate into the market very well.
Yeah,
Also from data point of view, I mean, if at all the processes are done in-house, all the requests will be stored here itself.
Yeah,
So if they have data warehouses here in India, like we are using ChatGPT, so we don't know where our data prompts are being saved, right?
yeah,
So normally we ask ChatGPT to do something. So
yeah,
ChatGPT uses that prompt and the response, and it asks us how good was it response? How good was the response? How accurate was it? Did you like it? Or were you looking for something else? The chat GPT saves this part of information somewhere in the system. So the saving part, or for that matter, referencing part, will be here in India itself. So all the data or all the prompt requests which Indians are asking the Bharat GPT, as they are referring to, will stay here in India itself. So
So
this will
more
be
on,
indigenous.
yeah. So more on this. Now there is the restriction or the new policy as well that the data center should be in India as a geographical limitation.
Yeah.
So more and more companies are now investing into the India, specifically in Maharashtra and other regions as well, to actually have those data center in India only. So there
Yeah.
has to be data privacy, which will not go beyond the boundaries and all. So their policies is now, I think so. I heard the discussion about this thing, but yeah, it is there. So they are investing more and
Yes.
more for the, like, geographically the data centers will be available in India only.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just like we can say, a parallel track to this on what you said, Mohit. Most of the VPN players were compelled to have a server here in India,
Exactly.
Yeah.
which is why most of the VPN companies have left India.
Uh,
So
yeah.
technically, having a server here in India completely violates the fact of using a VPN.
Correct.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yes, I think, like you said, people or other government wants data centers slash servers here in India.
Correct.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is. But in uh, I would like to just take or other comment on this particular thing, is that just look at the amount of jobs being created here. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to go into the politics right now, but 75,000 crore rupees
Yeah.
is not a very small amount.
It isn't. No way.
In addition to that, even Microsoft is also investing
Exactly. My
on the
point was
same
that
pattern.
one. Yeah. Correct.
Even Microsoft has started,
Declare. Yeah.
or yeah, declared an investment
Yeah.
and a collaboration with India based
Mhm.
on AI.
Yeah.
They are saying about 5 lakhs jobs will be, there will
Is
be a
it?
5 lakhs job openings
Is
My
it?
God.
in near future. Yeah. For the,
Wow.
for
That
the
is.
AI domain.
Yeah.
And they will actually train, they will start the facilities for the training, skill up, update, and all those things. So
Mhm.
they are
So
investing for that.
Yeah.
mm,
I think these
I think
options.
this is the wait. I think this
Yeah.
is the
Yeah.
article which we have read. I think Mohit, both of us. Is it this one? I guess
Yes,
so.
exactly.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That one.
see, they are planning to invest $3 billion over the next 2 years, right? So we have two people. One is Geo and other is Microsoft.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And like I said, again, I mean, everyone is looking after CAI for Bharat GPT. I mean, why is this? Is this really necessary? Why can't we have just like we have Chat GPT as one single entity? Why can't we have, let's say, Bharat GPT or AI for Bharat, something like that?
Uh, What do you mean to say? Do you are you asking something like why don't we have just like one GPT platform
Yeah,
or
yeah, exactly. Because when we have a lot of options, people tend to get confused as to which tool should we use.
yeah.
Now we have ChatGPT. People
Uh-huh.
know each and every AI based generative whatever stuff as ChatGPT.
The thing is,
Even
I think
But I
I
think so. I think so. It is better for us,
yeah,
to be honest, because there will be a no proprietary thing that we have to
yeah,
dependent on
that is
the
true.
one particular platform.
yeah,
So there will be a comparison in terms of the features and benefits that they both are offering.
yeah,
So there will be a more and more competition in between those platforms. So we are actually at the good end that we can actually compare those things and get the services as full as. we wish. So I think so from our perspective it is good, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, if you wanted to push this particular industry as a kind of a one singular platform and the vast like for the vast population in India. So yeah,
Yeah,
uh,
I think what you're trying to say, and what I think would happen or rather benefit India is having such options is always going to be confusing. Yes, you have tens of different GPT platforms or basically generative predictive text, imaging, and video nowadays.
mm,
Uh, what's going to happen is, yes, you're going to get confused, but see, if there is some kind of household name, for example, it used to be Google, now it's Chat GPT for most of the things. But see, the revolution, the digital revolution that we see, uh, is supposed to take place on an indigenous level, right? So we are always been using, something that's been available globally. Yes, everyone's going to
Yeah.
be using that, but at the same time, there are quite a few things that we've been pushing indigenously. Let's take like the crazy example, UPI itself. UPI as a platform is such a big India thing. A lot of people have started adopting it outside as well. But
yeah,
again, you see the maximum usage is here. And I think like if you start developing something indigenously and promoting it as, a global uh, de facto standard, and once you get your people, going and using this, it will become the de facto standard because, yeah, we got the masses outside as well, working for the big giants as well. So if you get them here, start working on your own indigenous stuff, it will become the de facto standard. And again, like Geo investing that much money and Microsoft as well, and creating such job openings is going to be beneficial for the youth a lot, especially in
Yeah.
the growing market. People will
Yeah.
always go and learn the newest trends, right? Like you and I, we probably will work on the same thing, but yeah, we'll keep learning on, keep learning new stuff. We'll improve our own technology as well, and people will always go for what's next.
exactly.
Right.
It's never the now, now, like we talk about the CES stuff like that, like they present something for the future, and you're always looking for the future, right? Like tomorrow, what's going to be new in these cars, bikes, or
Yeah.
roads? It's always the
Yeah,
new thing, and you'll go for the new thing once you start promoting it.
yeah. I
And
don't think so. There will be a new thing for roads, Bose, because they are
yeah,
same.
not exactly. I
But
would call it roads, but
in a lighter note, yeah. Correct.
yeah, but probably they'll improve the roads first. They'll improve the
No,
roads.
you never know. We might be building roads with plastics. I mean, we have built roads with all the trash,
Yeah,
so you
you,
never know.
you never know. You never know. There'll be something new next year, the next year, and something new will always pop up. And we just hope that we get something nice,
Yes.
and promote the indigenous things.
Yeah.
So my take on this is basically the more option is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Also, just to touch base what Sumedh's point was, I'll just quickly share the numbers because some people or many people are interested with the numbers or are
Mm-hmm.
fascinated with numbers. So just I'm quoting here. Microsoft plans to establish 20 AI productive labs in
Okay.
national skill training institutes across 10 states to provide foundational AI courses to 20,000 educators. This is
Mm-hmm.
what they're saying.
Oh,
And also skilling programs for students and teachers by 2026. 2026, don't you think it's too early? I mean,
we see.
unpromisable timeline, that is what I feel.
Yeah, but you have to get it started somewhere, right? Like, now in this case, it will be quite proprietary if you ask me. So, say the Microsoft is going to be providing a platform, right, to educate the students, the teachers, the educators specifically, right? Now, what they'll promote is something that will be, you know, housed by them. It will be made by them. So it's going to be quite proprietary in this sense of getting some information or to learn about it.
Yeah.
What I think is if there is like a general one GPT kind of thing where behind the scenes what's happening is going to be common amongst all of them. It's just that the flavors are going to be different according to various sources. If that's so, then this information will help the youth or other people who are
No, not about that. I was talking about, I mean, we are in already 2025.
uh-huh.
So enabling or other skill development program to, what was that?
Yeah.
So many students and teachers. It sounds sort of bit of an
It's
ambitious deal.
yeah, it's very ambitious, but again, if you see, like we heard about ChatGPT like a couple of years ago, like it was just something, and it just boomed exponentially. Okay, and now everyone's doing it. So if you want everyone doing it or improving it, you need to have like the new guys learning about it, and starting it off right away would be the best choice. So
Yeah.
and by
Also, yeah,
2026, we could work out, quite a lot of flaws as well. So
yeah.
I think, yeah,
Also,
No,
actually,
I think so. Amog, you indicated the problem that is the platform is ready or not.
uh,
yeah. Also,
So,
the
so
how
because they are
is the
aiming for
platform
the,
ready?
yeah, of course. So they are aiming for the education and all those stuff. But
Exactly.
to use that and to build the career around it, the platform has to be ready and stable. So,
Yeah, and for that, I think one year or maybe later, if at all we are considering December 2026 over here, still 2 year timeline sort of sounds a bit ambitious because
mhm.
how, like, we need to identify which institutions should we target in order to upskill all the teachers and students. That is the number one thing. Number two thing will be uh, mm, what can you say? Number two will be that is the real, or rather is the skill development or the core content reaching out to the teachers and students in reality, because oftentimes we see a lot of things are good on paper but they are not implemented in a correct way. But I think, wait, I think they might have thought about this. If you see here, partnering up with Upgrad,
Upgrade. Yeah,
that's a
yeah,
good move. That's a good move. So partnering up with Upgrad can, or rather, it's just like Udemy and Coursera.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
And also they plan to collaborate in different sectors, right? So in case of financial services, they have Bajaj FinServe uh, working, or rather some sort of AI integrated solutions. In finance, in healthcare, they have Apollo. In transportation, Mahindra Group and Railtel. So yeah, I mean, but still, this might, but still, I'm not sure. I'm not
yeah.
sure.
Although
2026 is still sort of
ambitious,
some
yeah.
sort of ambitious. Yeah, yeah,
Although
really.
no matter how ambitious you say, only time is going to tell if this is going to
Yeah,
work. And looking
true.
at products and everything integrating AI nowadays, I think it's
It's
going to be
everywhere.
quite impactful. Yeah,
It's everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
it would be better if they could reduce the time. I mean,
Speaking
yeah,
of reducing the
yeah,
time,
it's a good second.
exactly. Speaking of reducing the time, I
Yeah,
just heard about this Hyperloop thing, right?
yep, totally.
Yeah, I think you should start with that. You should
Yeah.
tell me.
So IIT Madras has successfully conducted Hyperloop test,
Hmm.
Mhm.
and they are naming it as Avishkaar Hyperloop. So this was conducted in IIT Madras campus. That is what I know about.
Okay.
Okay.
But let's just take a brief glance at it, right?
Yeah, sure. Because when you mentioned that before, I specifically remember, you know, seeing how much I was like taken by it. Because nowadays, in this specific time in India, specifically in big
Yeah,
cities, uh, people are commuting here and there, up and down, going up the cities and whatnot. And if such a hyperloop is going to come to India, and see, look, the headlines itself, Mumbai
yeah,
in 25 minutes. People would be going up and down for the jobs itself. Like,
So actually, there's a slightly sort of a history behind this headline. I'll just come to this later on. So
uh-huh.
why
Mm-hmm.
this headline? Why Pune and Mumbai, Bangalore and Chennai, or any other twin cities? Why not Noida and Delhi? Or I'll come to that part in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just take a look at what Hyperloop is. So Hyperloop is uh, this particular mode of transportation was imagined, we can say, by none other than Mr. Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this was back in 2012, wherein he's had sort of thought of a small tube or a big tube, wherein there will be a capsule like train compartment,
Mm-hmm.
and which will travel. So the tube will be entire tube will be vacuum sealed,
Mm-hmm.
and it will the capsule would be able to travel ideally, or yeah, we can say ideally, without any resistance at higher speeds of maybe 1000 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
So this is what the concept is, and based on that, uh, IIT Madras has finally done a very nice test over here. So it
Mm-hmm.
was tested on 410 meters tracks,
Mm-hmm.
and Mr. Ashwini Vaishnav, who is railway minister, Union Railway Minister, as we
Yeah.
know, uh, has also taken a keen interest in it. I think he's also an IIT pass out, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
nice trivia. Yeah.
think so. I'm not pretty sure. I think so. Yeah. So again, a lot of people, a lot of students were involved in this, but
So test was happened in just 440 meters, you say, 410 meters,
yeah,
you think?
410 meters. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I think it was in combination with I and the speed was I think 400 or 300 kilometers. I don't remember, but I have read it.
My, that's quite a lot itself.
Yeah, so faster than air travel, and
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
no, I don't want rupees as of now. Yeah, see, originally conceptualized by Elon Musk in 2012. The speed, which was, yeah, so it can travel up to 1100 kmph, but operational speed is 360 kilometers per hour.
Okay. Okay.
So, and like I said, operates within the vacuum sealed tubes
Mm-hmm.
and significantly reducing the friction. So basically reducing the resistance and
Correct. Yeah.
allowing greater travel speeds.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, I mean, it's really great that we have conducted indigenous test here in India.
Yeah.
But initially, Hyperloop was uh, was a concept back in 2015, wherein a lot of iterations were done in Las Vegas.
Okay.
So outside of Las Vegas, there is a desert patch in Nevada state, wherein there was a Hyperloop one, Virgin Hyperloop one. So Virgin was the sponsor.
Volume was.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had conducted several tests in that desert. And back in 2015, PMRDA and Maharashtra government had proposed, uh, or rather, they went to Vegas with a proposal saying that, you know what, please install this technology in between Pune and Mumbai so that it will reduce this travel time from maybe hours to minutes. So that's why this headline in 25 minutes question mark.
Yeah.
So that is how it all began. But sadly, then
Mm-hmm.
what happened to Hyperloop? Why are we testing our own Hyperloop in 2024 right now? So the thing is, before COVID in 2017 or 2018, Virgin and Hyperloop, they failed abysmally. So they went bankrupt and they were not able to meet their timelines. So all the Hyperloop concept and project was scrapped.
Oh.
So we still have a lot of videos on YouTube with PMRDA and Indian flag on the Hyperloop's capsule,
Mm-hmm.
but that did not go any further.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That was just because Virgin sort of took out all the stakes from the
Mm-hmm.
Hyperloop project,
Yeah.
and that is how it was scrapped. But seems like we took a lot of inspiration from that project,
Mhm.
and we have conducted our own indigenous test here in India. So we just like we are doing all our Vande Bharat train rakes or train engines. Uh, in addition to that, all the metro rakes and we have Titagar, I think. We in Pune we have Titagar metro coaches.
Yeah.
So we are now moving towards Make in India. So we might see Hyperloop construction or material which is required for Hyperloop built from scratch here in India. So the capsules, the tubes, all the electronics involved in it, maybe electronics won't be or rather won't be manufactured here in India. That's debatable as of now. But
Okay.
definitely all the train rakes and all the capsules might be developed here in India. So that's a huge plus for us. And
Yeah.
like I said, just imagine the twin cities, Bangalore,
Exactly.
Chennai, Pune, Mumbai, Delhi, Jaipur. We already have Mumbai, Ahmedabad bullet train, but still we can go till Surat maybe. Pune, Nashik
Yeah.
for that matter.
Yeah, that would be
Pune,
lovely.
Nashik for that matter.
Yeah.
Or we can have Mumbai, Nagpur Hyperloop right beside Samruddhi Mahamarga.
Yeah.
That is also possible.
Hmm.
So endless possible. Let me think of something in north. Maybe Amritsar, Chandigarh, Delhi. Chandigarh, Delhi is also same like Pune
It's
and
a yeah.
Mumbai.
Yeah.
So, and all the twin cities or cities
Yeah.
which are located within the radius of 100 kilometers, they can be connected with this
Yeah.
Hyperloop. Yeah.
You just mentioned about the bullet trains as well.
Yeah.
So there is the news in China as well. So they have tested the
Ah,
450 kilometers per hour speed of bullet train. So
Oh, that's quite
what's
fast.
the normal? What's the normal? Do you know
I
what?
think so. There is
Yeah.
around 200 now, 200
My
to
Oh,
God.
300.
that's almost double.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and they are planning for. I don't know. Is it kind of a very big in number, and I don't know. Is it a realistic or not? But they are aiming for 1,000 kilometers per hour.
My God.
In a bullet train. Wow.
But I don't know that is that a realistic thing or not.
Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. Most
Yeah,
of the times it might be the numbers attract a lot of people, so it might be
exactly. Yes,
to get
Yeah.
a lot of
but
attention.
still 450 is also the good number. And
It's
Yeah.
really good. Yeah.
if I'm little bit confused now. So you are saying that Hyperloop is around which speed, which what's the speed it will be operate on?
They
300.
are, yeah, 360. They are saying 360 kmph.
Yeah,
Mhm.
correct. And we are also invite inviting two modes of transportation. Right now we are talking. So
Yeah.
we are also planning for the bullet train in between the Mumbai to
Ahmedabad.
Ahmedabad, and we
Yeah.
are also talking about Mumbai to Pune for the
Yes.
Hyperloop. Okay.
Way to Pune, I mean, it's crazy. A lot of people do up the.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so that's a wrap for all the miscellaneous news related to India. Because like I said earlier, we will be discussing all the main highlights related to India and something related to tech which affects India in the first half. So we are wrapping up on that as of now. So just to sum up, we have seen a lot of AI developments from Microsoft as well as Geo. Geo is investing about 75,000 crores rupees in
Mhm.
AI sector.
Big sum.
Yeah, big sum. Also 3 billion, three
Yeah,
billion dollars,
yes,
Yeah.
three
Yeah.
billion dollars. Yeah,
on the matter.
Microsoft is investing $3 billion as well in India for AI specific maybe tools or you can say AI specific
Skill
Forte
development
for
and
that matter. Yeah.
correct.
And also we have IIT Madras, people from students from IIT Madras successfully conducting Hyperloop test, Avishkaar Hyperloop test for on a 410-meter track. So these are the key takeaways when it comes to India and tech news in related to India. So we are done here. So now let's move to our favorite topic, CS.
Yeah.
Yeah, most
Yeah. So we
interesting
have been
topic.
Yeah.
dying to discuss about it.
Yeah.
So CES, man, lately CES has been all about AI. It is what I feel.
Yeah. You take
It's
one tech.
about the AI only. So
Yeah, most definitely.
Exactly.
It's going to be AI, AI driven thing anyways.
correct.
Like,
Too much AI.
I think we should start off with the biggest player playing the biggest AI game, right?
Yeah, it has to be Nvidia.
It has to be
It
Nvidia. It
has to
has
be
to.
Nvidia.
Yeah.
So on day one of CES,
Hmm.
uh, Nvidia there was a keynote speech of Nvidia's CEO. I forgot his name. Wait.
So Jensen Huang?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Jensen Huang. So as usual, Nvidia is everywhere, and Nvidia is crazy about. So just now that we are talking about Nvidia, I have someone who was working in Nvidia at a higher management and board level
Oh.
position. So this was 2 years ago, I guess. So he was expressing um, like in Nvidia, all people are discussing that we are at the highest ever peak of our success. So not a single Nvidia has not seen such sort of development, skyrocketing development and growth in the past 20 years. We can't be beating our own numbers. That is what he was saying 2 years ago, and that is what they are saying right now as well.
My
So
God,
they are consistently breaking
growing.
their own growth records. So whoever has Nvidia shares, you are in the right direction. But yeah, I mean, Nvidia has sort of launched three or four new GPUs.
Yeah.
So
So usually
5090, 59, 5 series, basically, we can
we
say.
did
Five
right.
series.
It's
Yeah.
the RTX 5 series, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So the top tier is 5090, NVIDIA 5090, which costs about $2,000.
My God.
Mm.
It's like a
And
whole
it
PC.
they claim that it can handle up to 1300. What's that? Wait.
Box. Something like that.
Yeah, something of that kind. Yeah. Not 1300, 3400
AI
AI tops. I
top.
don't know what tops means here, but I think it has to do
Yeah.
with mm,
It's some trillion operations per second, I guess. Yeah.
Yes. It's a trillion operation.
oh yeah, yeah, that is true.
3,400 trillion operations per second. That's an insane number, if you ask me. Again, I'm not a big AI guy, especially in the,
Yeah,
actual processing stuff, but that's insane. And that's
that
like
is insane.
that is more than three times what the RTX 5070 does. Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean,
Yeah,
like I said, CS lately for the past 2 years, which I am following, CS is all about AI now.
yeah,
Very few innovative developments can be seen,
yeah,
but for that matter, it has taken a very dangerous turn this year, is what I feel. Will
yeah.
this? I'll just come to that point later on. What
Mm,
I'm saying, I'll elaborate in a while. But yeah, Nvidia is about it's all nuts, and
yeah.
this was a crazy hit of a keynote speech,
Uh-huh. Yeah,
and almost everyone was dying to attend this keynote speech.
yeah. It must have been insane.
Yeah,
Like there is one thing though, like Nvidia has been claiming like a lot of development has been put into this 5 series cards, which I'm sure they have. Like the DLSS, the latest DLSS variant they have is pushing out so many frames,
yeah,
to
Mhm.
compensate for any actual frames that they've generated using AI to boost the resolutions, the frame rates, and everything for gaming especially, and that has been going really well. Although, like, they have claimed that the 5070, the entry level card in this new segment, is going to be outperforming the 4090, the last year's top of the line card, which is, I think it's an insane say, okay, for them to mention that. I think I have a few numbers some people have crunched. I'll just quickly share that. Um, that
so
that
let me just understand it here.
Yeah,
So this year's entry level graphic card.
yeah. It's going to be beating out the last year's topper. And
Oh, okay.
so yeah, here is what I think when I think they've been too ambitious saying so. Again, the new technology might be something amazing. The AI part of it, the DLSS part of it must be crunching
Yeah,
out something really insane. But if you see like the even the I mean again, let me be very clear. This is just me saying things based on the numbers I am seeing right now. Now, what I would like to say is this. If you see the RTX 4090 mentioned in this right column, it already has so many more shader cores than what the RTX 5070 has.
yeah,
Even the RT cores, the TMU, the ROPC, all these numbers have been really high. Especially, I mean, I get it, the memory capacity, although it's more, it is
yeah.
still the older PCI Express lane, format. So it's like,
Right. Or we can just take a look at, instead of going all things into a nerd phase.
yeah, I know,
We
but
can,
I
yeah,
mean,
no, we can simply look at the memory bandwidth. I mean, just take a
exactly.
look. 672 Gbps of speed versus 1
Yeah, yeah.
Gbps.
This is because
That's
of
crazy.
the yeah,
Insane.
because of the architecture. I
But
think
but
so.
but I would say
Because
yes. Coming to the architecture, I'm
yeah,
sorry to cut you in there, Mohit, but see, they went down from 5 nm to 4 nm.
Yeah,
Not just
yeah,
that, if you see the TDP, my
yeah,
goodness, the drop from 450 watts to just 250 watts. I mean, if they're claiming like this card performs better than the 4090, man, the average gamer, the average guy who's going out all out for the AI is going to have so much fun, owning this car at just 250 watts of power. I think it will be much more cost effective to get
yeah,
into AI if they specifically aim for this.
yeah.
correct. So Ada Lovelace is much like bigger to bigger frame, you can say,
Uh-huh,
which will
uh-huh.
consist of the multiple elements and give the performance adequate. So here you can see the performance is much higher compared to the Blackwell
No,
architecture.
I think it's the Blackwell is going to be more powerful because Blackwell is like the current Gen 1. AWS is the last one. But I think, yeah, the new algorithms and stuff will be
Yes,
playing a big part. Yeah.
yes, correct.
Also, if we are done here with
Uh, yeah.
the Nvidia, we are giving a lot of footage to Nvidia. That's what I feel.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but no, the
But we
buzz
can
is
we can
real.
actually talk about it in detail,
yeah, yeah. In the
Yeah,
specifically
next,
for the new series and architecture about the GPUs
yeah,
in
right.
the later episodes, of course,
we are going to,
Yes,
which
yeah.
will be much more concentrated on this.
Yeah.
that's right. So coming back to the CES updates, I mean, Honda has also debuted their Zero Series EVs this year.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So Honda has been in CES for last 20 years, and they have showcased their prototypes of their two EVs for the first time, is what I guess. Because I think Honda had that small little car, which was
Uh-huh.
two-seater, which normally came in green color. I don't know, but yeah.
Damn.
So this is what, yeah, it is facing similar to that car. Okay,
Yeah.
nevertheless. So Zero Series, yeah, let's just take a look at what this series. Deny.
That'll power the AI that's going into the new things, right?
Uh, I wanted to see some images. Wait. Yeah. So this is what these two cars they have got powers. These two cars they had showcased in CES.
They're updating the branding as well. Like, look at the Honda logo.
Yeah, and it is 2D though, I guess.
No, no,
Not
no.
sure.
I was seeing like on the top left of the screen.
Ah, yeah, Zero.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice,
Oh yeah.
nice.
They might be
This is,
upgrading to that. I don't know.
this is so much better than what Jaguar did.
Yeah,
Let's not
but
talk about the Jaguar.
yeah,
Yeah,
let's not go there. But some people often say that it got them noticed in front of a lot of people.
Yeah.
So they had this negative, not negative, but they had a buzz going about this particular branding. I mean, at a particular point of time, nobody was caring about what Jaguar is doing, but all of a sudden, Twitter is flooded with all the comments and so on.
Always. Always.
Where was I? Yeah. So this is what it looks like. I don't think they have given a lot of details about what exactly the car will feature and other specs related to that. But they are saying humanoid robot. What to see? Oh no.
So the OS is
Yeah,
named after that humanized robot they
Yeah.
have
yeah. But
launched.
it will be integrated into vehicle systems ranging from
Yeah.
etc. etc. So this will be so but I don't think any other information apart from this
Mhm. I think the
is what I feel.
last big thing that Honda did was, I think, in the two-wheeler segment, where they brought in that self-balancing bike. Uh,
Yeah,
but
yes,
yeah,
yes,
I
yeah.
think so. You
yes.
you were saying that they broke the partnership with Hero in India. That's what you. The
Yeah,
last big
that
thing
was,
they have done.
yeah, that was a big thing for us. Yeah, most definitely. But yeah, on the technology front of it, I think the last big news I heard from Honda was the self-balancing bike, and it was pretty insane. I mean, after the Hero Honda breakup thing,
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
since like Honda has brought in the VTech in their cars, I mean,
Mhm.
those were like some certified bangers, as the kids say, I think, nowadays. But the new car and the bike, if they continue the development for that, is going to be, bringing in leaps and strides of development for, all the competitors, I would say.
Yes,
yeah.
definitely.
So earlier, what I was saying is that uh, CES is all about AI, and it's not really it's too much AI to handle. So
Gimmicks.
this is a crazy
All
update. I
the
mean,
gimmicks.
yeah, exactly.
It's
But
gonna make sure.
if you look at this update, can AI track how your baby is sleeping? Bosch is showcasing a intelligent crib paired with a platform designed just to do that. This is crazy. I mean, it has to stop somewhere. I mean, God forbid, please stop this.
My
Okay.
goodness.
Yeah, it's
Why is there?
kind of a smart bed, which is turning into the baby crib.
My
I
God.
think so.
I would just say, if your baby is crying, go look after it rather than on some monitor. But
Exactly.
but what exactly is this going to do, other than tracking if it's crying or not?
So Crib uses sensors, cameras, and AI that company says can help monitor vital signs so basically you are giving all their heart rate and all the medical stuff, all the vitals data, uploading to some cloud,
Okay.
which is using cameras and sensors just to check if everything is okay. I mean,
Yeah.
the crib can also rock gently if baby needs help falling asleep. The signal to parents if a blanket or other object is interfering with the breathing.
Yeah.
A live stream of baby in a crib can be viewed by parents in an accompanying app, and the company says
Uh-huh.
users can how and where their data is stored.
Okay.
I don't think
So,
this is
So
true.
but I,
so
I would I would just
imagine the hardware, any hardware, and you just connect the software at the back end. It
Mhm.
becomes the AI
Yeah.
nowadays.
Exactly.
No,
And
you have to do some processing, right? You have
exactly. I mean,
to
see,
do some processing.
I'm specifically all for, health related things. If this kind of crib is going to, monitor your kid's health, if
Yeah.
there is some emergencies and all, that is really good. But forgive me if I'm cribbing too much, but all this AI thing, and this kid is going to grow up and like a robot more than its parents. If
So I heard about the news
No.
that there is a development on the what you can say, the vase or plants, where the pots
Mhm.
are basically a smart pots. So they can actually give you the indication that it's need a water, it's need a something, its
Okay.
sunlight is low.
Okay. And that
So
too on your phone, right? So you
that
have to
too
look at
on your
like,
phone. Yes.
wow, that's
Yes.
nice. Yeah.
And also there is a development for
But,
the home garden in
uh,
the CES, of course, but stay tuned for this. So we will be
Yeah,
going into the
exactly.
we'll be discussing that about in the next episode. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, man. I would
But
say I would just like to add this one point. I'm being too much of an oldie for this, but if I have to look at my smartphone every 5 minutes to get an update on whether my baby is okay, whether my plants need water, whether I should need more water, whether I should breathe more, should I turn on some purifier or not do that, man, I'm tired of looking at screens. Now it's going to, one day they're going to bring up a new screen, maybe, you
yeah,
know.
Yeah, there are portable screens as well
Oh my
in the
God.
LG. Yeah.
no, but the biggest USP or other biggest thing for a parent which they should not be worried about is that this particular crib can be converted into a desk.
Wow, IKEA is losing business over this.
Okay.
I mean, what at all, what is this? What is this?
My goodness. So you at least what Bosch is trying to do is I think so they're trying to make things that will be reusable so you don't have to throw them out.
No, and also
Maybe.
Bosch is trying to say, you know what? This is a crib for your baby which has camera. This can be converted into a desk so that you can have live feed coming straight from the desk just to check whether your kid is having or doing his homework or not.
So you're going to be in your phones all the day just to check if your kid's studying or not.
Yeah.
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 But this is
Wow.
crazy. I mean, this is not how AI is going towards. I mean, come
Yeah.
on, there is a constant
I
camera watching your baby and constant data is being uploaded somewhere.
exactly. And it's the thing is so you're putting everything. There is like there is everything and you're just putting AI into it. Okay, you're making people dependent on such things,
Yeah,
basic things. Now I know I for one thing I do agree that I'm very dependent on Google per se, that if I have to search something up, know about something, I just Google the things. Okay. Right
yeah.
now, ChatGPT is all the hype, which, makes it easier to even get more condensed information. So I'm getting used to it as well. But see, these dependencies, especially when times are like you have no internet, you have no electricity, what are you going to do? You can't do anything. You can't even function properly. You just don't know what to do. And
Yeah, that
Yeah.
reminds me about the smart lock used in for the home security.
uh-huh.
So one person has lost the connection to the network and he has not able to open the door for his bungalow
Wow,
because
that's
of that.
Oh,
So,
insane.
oh yeah.
I have an opposite case for this.
Okay.
Huh?
There is one YouTube channel, Smarter Every Day. I think Sumit,
Ah,
we had discussed about this earlier.
yeah, yeah.
That person was able to get into a random stranger's house
Mhm.
just by using laser
Correct.
pointed
Yeah, yeah, I
pointed
know that.
on the smart speaker microphone,
Yeah.
mimicking or rather replicating the owner's voice in the form of laser pulses,
Hmm.
Yes.
saying open garage door, and the door was opened without doing anything.
Exactly.
We
Wow.
will we will link
Yeah.
the video or the other link to that video in the description.
Yeah, yeah. Please do.
Yeah.
It's
It's in-
crazy.
it's
It's
insane. It's
crazy.
insane. Guys, don't connect locking mechanisms to your smart homes. You might get pranked, where someone changes the thermostat, you'll get cold, you'll get hot, but don't connect your home smart home features with some kind of locks. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, you can say, Alexa, subscribe to Technically Nerds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That is okay.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
that is
That
something.
is that is okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
play this video on the speakers, by the way.
Yeah. No, but yeah, coming back to the point. I mean, it's all AI is AI has already started getting out of hands, is what I feel.
Yeah.
And we are moving towards unnecessary things. I mean, yes, please use it for good stuff,
Mhm.
but don't integrate AI into each and everything in your daily lives, is what I feel.
Yes.
Okay, I think this is a good note to end on. So that's it for today, guys. And if you are watching till here, thank you so much for watching and staying along with us in this discussion. And like we said earlier, in the next week, we will be discussing a hell lot about CES,
Yes.
which is the biggest convention in terms of electronics and innovation and all things tech going across the world. So we just covered a day and a half out of the 4 day or 5 day convention. But in the next video, we will be discussing a much more in detail, not in detail, but we will be covering daily updates in CES
Yeah.
so that you exactly know what is happening in the tech world.
Yeah.
That is what I feel.
Uh,
So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and our content, please subscribe to our channel. Do like this video and share it with your friends and family and on your social media. Do follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time.
Thank you.
Same. Thank you.